On the news tonight, court strikes out charges against nationwide protesters. All Progressives Congress APC in Ijebu-Ode flags off local government election campaign in a grand style. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu-Ode News at 7. My name is Anthony Gandonu. The news in details. The charges of alleged conspiracy, treason, felony, and disruption of public peace filed against 115 young persons in the wake of the August nationwide protests have been struck out by the Federal High Court in Abuja.
So discharged the defendants based on a motion for discontinuance of the trial filed by the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation, Mohammed Abubakar, on behalf of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi. The Justice Ministry took over the case in line with its powers in Section 174 of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Sure that the children are safely returned back to their destinations, and before we return them, we want to do also due process of ensuring that they are medically fit. So we take them for safekeeping in the facility and make sure they're medically checked, and where we need to make additional treatment, we'll take care of them.
Again, we are calling on the government to discontinue all cases pending in different states with respect to the August protest.
Justice Egwatu, receiving no objection from the Defense Counsel, granted the request and struck out the charges. He ordered the immediate release of the defendants from prison remand. President Tinubu had on Monday directed the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to terminate the trial by dropping charges against them and facilitate the release of the defendants, most of whom are said to be minors.
Now to politics. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC in Ijebu-Ode has expressed its readiness to maintain dominance in the political realm in the state. This is evident as the party flags off campaign for Dare Alebioshu's chairmanship contest in the forthcoming local government election in Ogun State. Fatima Hassan was at the Ijebu-Ode local government secretariat field venue of the flag up, and details of her report will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. The federal government is set interest loans to all MSMEs across the country. Benny Adams reports that the new scheme, which is complementary to the ongoing conditional cash transfer, is in partnership with state governments and begin next year. This was revealed at a stakeholders engagement meeting with small business holders in Abuja.
Meet Isaac Chima, a young entrepreneur from Abuja who owns a small but thriving ICT-based business center. He has been struggling to grow his business due to limited funds. But his luck changed when he heard about the presidential conditional grant and loan scheme.
Within 2 months, so I saw the alert came in, and I jumped up.
So how is that helping your business?
Yeah, my business is growing. My business is growing because more of my clients that do come, when I was having issue of printer, sometimes I do go out to print for them, but now I think I can print in my office.
This initiative, launched by the federal government, aims to empower more than 1 million small businesses across Nigeria with 50,000 grant per eligible beneficiary. But that's not all. The federal government has also established 2 other funds, the FGN MSMEs Intervention Fund and the FGN Manufacturing Sector Fund, totaling 200 billion naira to support businesses across Nigeria. These funds are expected to provide financial support to macro, small and medium enterprises and the manufacturing companies.
As of today, we have 39.2 billion, which has been disbursed to 784,394 beneficiaries across the 774 local government areas, and the FCT.
More cheering is the news of a new scheme to start third quarter of next year in partnership with state governments.
Watch out, we're in partnership with the Bank of England, some of the commercial banks to ensure that this is so you can be in Samara, you can be in Sokoto, any state you are in, want you to access a single digit facility. That is what you need for your business.
With the grant and cheaper loans available, Chima and millions of other small business holders are expected to expand their businesses, hire more staff, and increase production. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
Still on the economy, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says Tinubu's administration is complementing more financial support towards alleviating the pains and challenges being experienced on account of the bold economic reform aims at putting Nigeria back to the track for sustainable growth and prosperity. This was at a town hall engagement in Abuja with beneficiaries of federal government loans for micro, small and medium enterprises operators. Saliu Abdullahi Guanara reports.
Like the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, the Credit Cost Scheme, and the 200 billion naira initial funding for Consumer Credit Corporation, the Presidential Grant and Loan Scheme for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises is set to distribute 75 billion naira as loans to Nigerians.
The goal is to further diversify the Nigerian economy, create jobs, promote value addition, revitalize our communities, and boost our exports. We fully recognize that these reforms may have caused some temporary hardship, especially for the vulnerable population. And we will do everything, this government, will do everything within its power to cushion that discomfort. These single-digit loan facilities will be complemented by the ongoing tax reforms designed to reduce the tax burden on Nigerian businesses.
This is in line with the administration's target to transform Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy by the year 2026. The government image maker assured that no part of the country will be left behind and that all Nigerians are potential beneficiaries.
Once you put your application and your applications are judged to be in conformity with the rules and regulations set out, you will indeed be a beneficiary of this. There is no need for I know someone. There is no need for connection. You apply, you get.
Similar town hall meetings are being held across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Guanara, NTA News.
Now to other stories. It is an item you may see but really think twice about. A simple white cane, but for a visually impaired person. It is a vital symbol of independence and accessibility. Onotu Yakubu in this report brings us close to how this humble tool remarkably has been a symbol of independence, resilience and progress to millions around the world.
For those living with visual impairments, a white cane is much more than a piece of equipment. It is a lifeline. Originally adopted more than a century ago, the white cane has become a universal sign that empowers the visually impaired to navigate freely while sending a clear message to those around them. Today, Lydia Ajayi shares insights into the role of the white cane and its significance to her and those who use it every day.
It also brings about, like I said, independence. I can at least move around independently without the human guide, you know. And like I earlier said also, it's also an identity for me. So someone who sees me with my guide cane can also help me when need be.
With my guide cane, I can climb the stairs, go to different classes, teach, and come back to the office myself. So indeed, it's a very significant tool, and I would really encourage everyone who is still scared to have one.
The white cane has dual purpose. It provides both practical support and social awareness. In terms of utility, it is designed to detect obstacles and changes in walking surfaces, which is crucial for everyone navigating city streets, stairways, or public transit. But beyond its functional uses, the white cane has a powerful social dimension. For many visually impaired individuals, it serves as a statement of self-reliance, challenging stereotypes and emphasizing that they are fully capable of leading independent lives.
The use of the mobility cane or the white cane should be enshrined in our constitution, and the users should be protected, by an act that can give them that full access into the society.
The cheapest guide cane is about 15,000 naira. As at the last time I checked. With this new dispensation, is even more than that. So most of these visually impaired persons are not even walking, so they can't even afford to even have one. And averagely, a visually impaired person, you are supposed to at least have 2 guide cane at a time, 1 spare and 1 that we are using.
White Cane Awareness Day, observed every October, is a reminder of the continued fight for accessibility and inclusion for the visually impaired. So, the next time you see a white cane, remember that it is more than just a tool, but a symbol of equality. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
You are still watching NTA Ijebu-Ode News at 7. The news continues shortly.
Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àti gbèdé NTA Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àti gbèdé NTA Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Your heritage station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. Your heritage station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde. NTA Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde, your heritage station.
You are welcome back. The news continues. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, is ramping up efforts to make Nigeria roads safer during the Ember months, a period known for increased travel and heightened road accidents. Senior officers are gathering for a 2-day sensitive training to sharpen their strategies and increase accountability. Correspondent Oyeyemi Ajayi brings us more from the event.
It's more than a routine meeting. It's a high-stakes strategy session by the Federal Road Safety Corps as it prepares for the annual Ember period, a time when Nigerian highways get busier and risk on the road runs high.
Between January to September 2024, about 3,767 people have been killed in 7,011 road traffic crashes.
The mission is to tighten operations, reduce road mishaps, and save lives. But today isn't just about the pep talks. Officers are also being called to account, reviewing past efforts and outlining their readiness for the task ahead.
We have about 16 traffic camps that we are going to create within this Ember month. These camps are meant to respond promptly in the event of any crash. We're going to meet our target of 15 minutes target within the point response time each time it happens.
We have successfully projected all the activities of the Corps via a robust content of the National Traffic Radio with creative programs, feedback concepts through our social media handles, and effective management of public education through rallies, and moving on the wings of the media as our major strength.
This time, They are focused on strengthening the team internally, ensuring each officer is equipped and motivated for a safe and effective Ember period operation.
FRC road safety as agenda is a shared responsibility where everyone should be on board to be able to contribute his quota to reduce road traffic crashes on our Nigerian roads.
The campaign will target some of the deadliest driving habits that surge during the Ember months: reckless overtaking, overspeeding, failure to wear seat belts, lane indiscipline, and the use of worn-out tires. FRC is pledging zero tolerance for these infractions, and this time the consequences for offenders will be severe, aiming to deter risky behavior before it claims lives. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Now to sports. Let's take some stories from the sporting world.
For the 7:31 at the ongoing International Handball Federation Trophy Africa Men Continental Phase in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. After winning his first match against Zambia, the Nigerian side dominated the Ethiopians in the second game from start to finish, with Nigerian goalkeeper Samuel Abubori emerging the most valuable player of the game. Nigeria will now play Cameroon in the semi-finals Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. In football, Anambra State Football Association has announced its state league and has called for registration by affiliated clubs for the inaugural 2024-25 season. The Anambra Football League says it will be a straight league with the registration of teams commencing on the 6th of November and closing on December 20th, 2024. The league winners, apart from the prize money, will get a ticket to represent the state in the NLO2 playoffs. In basketball, 15 elite women's basketball teams are competing in the 2024 Women's Elite Sports Empowerment Initiative across the country. The tournament, which began more than a decade ago, but is now played in a league format and provides local-based players 18 years and above the pathway to developing and showcasing their talent, with the aim of creating more exposure both nationally and internationally for the players.
They have the talent, but the talent can't just be about them going to play high school or college. There needs to be pathways by which local players can play for the national team and can also get access to play professionally as need be. So it's about widening the scope of opportunities both within Nigeria and beyond Nigeria.
The 15 teams are competing to earn a place in the final 6, scheduled for next year. On the foreign scene, Tuesday UEFA Champions League fixture shows that it will be PSV against Girona. Borussia Dortmund plays host to Sturm Graz. Bologna welcomes Monaco, and Celtic is at home to RB Leipzig. In other matches, it will be Lille against Juventus, and Liverpool takes on Bayer Leverkusen, while Real Madrid hosts AC Milan, and Sporting Lisbon takes on Manchester City. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
That sports story wraps up our bulletin tonight. Join us tomorrow for another interesting package. From me, good night.